So when we were teenagers and young guys, Becker's Brew was gigantic. It was an incredible building. So there was a bar in there in Becker's, and it was in ruins. The whole building was in ruins. In Art Deco decay, it was all caved in, crashing. Gigantic. It was all right here. So I've got a huge Becker beer bottle collection. The coolest, so I got all of them. Fuck, they just were laying there by the thousands. Just no one gave a shit. The building was in the ground. Like I said, there was a bar in the old ruins. Fuck, it was the coolest place ever. That place was rough, man, but they used to drink in there. The place was cool as hell. And then right over here, there was a bar. I can't remember the name of that bar. We were teenagers. Had a horseshoe pit out back. It was across where Ted's Cafe used to be. Fuck, we used to drink in there. There's that locksmith's in there right now. But we would drink in there, and then they took a bus. When the Jazz first got here, fuck, season tickets were like $150. And we would take a bus with a keg on it to the games. Fuck, it was so fucking fun. So one of the first protests, successful, Kevin Blanch, the activist that wins, that I did, Battistone, fuck, we weren't even so-called legal to drink, but Wyoming and Idaho were 19, and Utah kind of just backdoor honored it. And he raised beer from $1 for a 16 ounce. That's when Coors was good. To $1.25. So we protested out front. That signs the whole works. Not only did we win the protest, he lowered beers down. He sent us over rounds. You know, my friends for years. Remember the first playoff games, he was still sending us rounds. How's it going? Hey. Finally tore that shithole down next to the river. Everything here, like, that was the strip joint right there. And, then, when I was a kid, fucking another fucking Walmart, there was the giant auto salvage yard, gigantic right here. I mean, gigantic. And then right down the road was Bloom & Son. They were still trading fur. We get across here, I want to show you something. Maybe. Don't follow me in the road, buddy. Not in this fucking road. I don't know if I'll get across here or not. This time, 7, yeah, I'll get across. 7 o'clock. So that gate's building up. I noticed that when I come by, catching everything. Give this a couple days. Yeah, the old strip joint. Northern exposure, southern. No, it's northern exposure. Southern exposure, the mighty Ben Lomond. You could tell. See the slide underneath the Ben Lomond? By the way, that's the Paramount Picture logo. That's it. I can always gauge, when we was kids at Weber High, fuck, I hated that school up there. It used to be on 12th and Wall, and they made us go up there. We used to always drink up there and argue, will they ever put houses on that sandbar there? I'm like, fuck no, they won't. They won't be able to get them up there. Oh, they're trying right now, but I've never seen snow on that sandbar in April in my life, let alone in. Watch out, Walmart fuckers coming out of here fast. So, the trail system that they put along here, I wish they'd finish it all the way to the lake. Is really grand. It's one thing that Ogden's got right. See, trees are finally starting to bloom. You can see they've been in here trying to clear. They've been working their ass off. I've been watching them, talking to them. This place was a fucking shithole right here. Oh, finally glad they got them the fuck out of here. It's a fucking nightmare. We'll walk back up on the road. So Becker's, fuck. Now just think about the fact that they let that happen to Becker's. That building was incredible. Fucking unbelievable. And that was all of Ogden. You could tell, I mean, the entire city was in Art Deco decay. All the buildings were just half falling down. You know, all the Victorian homes out there I lived, there were cows roaming through them, all tore down. So, tells you how devastating the Depression was on this boom town. And it was in, you know, Art Deco. Fuck, American Tan right there. It's the Da Vinci School, and that fuck should have seen it. Fuck, it was empty for a fucking, you know, they finally left in 79. You know, those jobs, this is a big time union town. Big time union town. In fact, when the unions, well, the fucking railroad used to just fucking run. They were all in cahoots. Fuck, those guys at American Can in the 70s were making fucking $17 an hour, working half the year, getting all their big benefits half the. Fuck, they had so much money. That's when you could buy a house for 20 grand. You could buy a brand new fucking vehicle for $3. And working class had all the power in this fucking town. Everything's empty. Everything's empty in this fucking town. I mean, everything. You know, they tore down the old Fred Meyer's over 20 years ago, still empty. You know, that's the way the whole fucking town is. It's all fucking clicks, no bricks. Everything's empty. You know, so. Fuck, you ever seen the Mount Ogden so fucking beautiful in your life? Oh. Almost May. Fucking Ben Lomond, the Paramount Picture. And fuck, that's Southern exposure. Yeah, the strip shows it. So I got to tell you that in '98, when Metallica played here, so Lightning, they played at 4 o'clock in the afternoon at the football field at Weber State. I was at it. I loved Metallica in those days. And they, where's your fucking crown? And so, Lightning hit. Everybody thought the show was got one of those quick summer rains. They came back out and played again. And then they invited everybody. So everybody went down to the fucking strip joint with Metallica. Right there. Of course, the only sad thing about that is the cops used to just fucking entrap the fuck out of anybody that ever comes. That's where the cops put that chokehold on her, was right there. She was working on 25th Street, closing up the bar, hadn't been drinking, didn't drink at all. The cop pulled her over and young woman choke slammed her right there. That's what they do around here. So get a look at that. She'll start rocking and rolling the next couple of fucking days. The first normal temperature day we've had since late October. I spent a lot of the winter in the having open heart surgery in my KD. So I'm getting stronger and better every day, but I got issues going on. There's some serious issues going with my esophagus. They're gonna go in on that. I got a growth going on me, a tumor. Blood works show that they don't think it's cancerous. Fuck. Ever since 2011, man. Been a war. So the old brewery right there, fuck. Another thing people don't realize is the other brewery, the original, way back over, 140 years ago, 150, Lucky was right here. You know, so there was several breweries. Of course, Becker's the king. That building was fucked, so we used to fucking hang out. That bar was the shit in there. And I mean, you'd be careful, fuck, brick didn't fall down and hit you in the fucking head. It's back, well, in professional basketball, you take the bus down. You know, courtside, 84, their first playoff games, I have my tickets, $12. I mean, fuck, that product was so good when Battistone owned it. He was the greatest, man. Battistone was a fucking gem. You'd sit with, you know, they'd have press conferences after. Fuck, you got to know the players. The wives would sit with you, courtside. Fuck, it was just fucking cool. Fuck, now it sucks. Really fucking sucks. Everything sucks in America. By the way, the BL on the mountain, oh, it's for Blanch. So anyway, starting to see some trees starting to pop out and blossom today. Beautiful. So we'll see how this rock and rolls. There's your fucking soup can the next couple days. Stay tuned.